Hi guys, it's Nene, aka SoulStar Divine Feminine. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Once again, I'm coming to you live from Ubud in Bali at my new house and healing retreat here at the No Retreat at Catamas. Today you can actually see my beautiful ball behind me. Yesterday I did a reading for the Twin Flame Collective. It was very, very long. I think it was almost 2 hours long. And the first hour was on Divine Feminines, the other hour was on Divine Masculines. We went through a lot. I mean, like, a lot is going on right now, and the March equinox has been extremely intense. The full moon energies has been wiping our asses a lot, and my eyes also slightly swollen because I was riding my moped with my DM and there was rain and hailstones. It's still raining season here in Bali, so you can hear some of the rain, the crickets, the bugs are out, and you probably will hear some temple sounds behind me because we're right next to a temple. But it's all part of the reading and it's all adding more extra healing to your life. So today I have a Twin Flame reading, and it's messages for the Divine Feminine from the Divine Masculine. What they want you to know, what they're going through, how they feel, how they're coping with things. And today I'm using 3 decks. So I'm using the Mood card deck so we can address the actual emotions and energy blocks that the Divine Masculines are going through. Also using the Life Purpose Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. And then shout out to my Atlantean family, my Atlantis Oracle cards. So let's get started, shall we? Who says that? There's a YouTuber that says that all the time. Oh. It's just completely gone out of my head. I can see her face. Anyways. I also have some incense burning, as you can see, with the offering, and I just cleared the energy with some sage as well. So we're going to start from the top. So I have the Atlantis Oracle cards as the main motion, steps, cycles that the DM is going through right now, and I have some clarification cards here as well on the things that are going to help them to move forward through this tough time. And then their emotions lastly at the bottom, things they've been trying to avoid, trying to pretend doesn't exist, you know, the cliche spiel of a masculine energy, just work, 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 and thinking everything will fall into place. But it doesn't always happen like that. So, the first card we have is Counsel. Wisdom comes full circle. Okay, so this is the Divine Masculine wants you to know he's struggling at the moment to trust any type of situation that he's not in complete and utter control over. The only thing he's comfortable with right now is his current work situation, or no, sorry, how the work situation has been in the past. When he'd have the same paycheck every month, the same boss, the same system, the same colleagues. Things have been changing a lot recently. So he feels kind of out of whack. He doesn't really know if he should stay and see it through how work situation is going to go forward, or if he should get out now and save himself and try and create something for himself, which some of the Divine Masculines are doing. But it's very, very hard. I remember last night we were going through the motions because the Divine Masculines, they're realizing that they can't just settle for an ordinary life because they're not ordinary souls. They're here to do a mission, a very big mission, and they can't keep denying the fact that they should shine bright like a star, just like the feminines. And if you guys want to see that in more detail, watch last night's reading because that really goes in. But in regards to what they want you to know, they want you to know that they're trying to trust new energies and energies that they never thought could help them, because this is all about people coming together, people being able to lead you and guide you into the light because you can't necessarily see it for yourself. And normally the Divine Masculine is so closed off and protected like this, going into their turtle shell, their hermit mode, but they're realizing that, you know what, actually maybe if I listen to someone or a couple of people, watch some videos, do a course, go out to a restaurant and talk to random strangers, maybe they'll say something and it will get me to think about it in a different way, to think about life in a different way, to think about this love in a different way. Right now, their ego is still quite bruised over the fact that They don't think they need to have love or happiness like on a day-to-day basis. They think it's selfish. They think it's a selfish act because they've been programmed so corruptedly in that way from this matrix. But they've been hearing certain things, like certain DMs have been hearing certain things at work. Some of them have been hearing stuff on the news and the radio, because a lot of them listen to songs on the radio, and it happens to just remind them of you. And it gets them kind of like disheveled, is probably the best way to put it. But then during those songs, they hear messages from their higher self, from your higher self, from their spirit team, guiding them. And they're realizing that they're actually always guided and they are supported, but they're still trying to ground in that comfortability of understanding that they can trust that. And they know that you've been guided for a long time, and they know you're so aware of your guidance because you were able to see things about them that they couldn't see for so long, and now they're starting to see it. So they are starting to be more open. They are starting to receive more because they're open to receive more. And they want you to know that they're really, really trying. I love this card so much. So we have the Atlantis Miracle Mission Soul Group. Okay, so going alongside the Council card, it's the Divine Masculine. They've been trying to push themselves out their comfort zone for a while. And like I said in the reading yesterday, I don't know if I explained it right, the way you guys will understand, but they're trying to push themselves out their comfort zone, but also they're still trying to stay comfortable. Like the uncomfortability for like a Divine Feminine is probably like, okay, I'm going to go like full 50%, or I'm going to go full 100%, like just fuck it, like whatever happens, happens. Like I know the universe got my back. But the Divine Masculines, it's like, they're like, okay, I'll push myself a little bit, like maybe 5-10%. That will just give me like a little bit of uncomfortability because it feels so uncomfortable, even though it's just this much, but then like it's still in my own comfortable way of uncomfortability. That's the best way I can describe it, because they're still so, they love control. They love to know what's happening, when it's coming in, what's going on, you know, all of that. Like they're trying to let go of the reins. So they have been trying to push themselves out their comfort zone in a way that they are comfortable with the uncomfortability. And because of that, they're starting to connect more with people who really are there for their greatest good. And all of those people that have been with them for so long that just aren't there for the right reasons are starting to fall away. And some of them are in the most dramatic ways. Like some of them are really going through the motions of just like ridiculous, unnecessary drama with some friendship groups. And I say that lightly because I'm really channeling that it's a lot of fake friends that are colleagues at work that expect too much of them. Just like the Divine Feminines at some point, we used to expect too much from them. But this is starting to make them feel much better about where they're at, how and why they got here, because they're starting to connect with more like-minded people, to their real self, the self that they always hide and they only let out either with you or in their room by themselves. They're starting to understand that there's more than this mask that they have. And these members of their soul family, they're starting to bring it out in them, which is an amazing, like such an amazing thing. And they know that your soul family as well. Like, they know it. Like, you're always on my mind. That's literally comes to, like, yeah, that's like singing so loudly in my head right now. You guys are there 24/7 in the Divine Masculine's mind. Like, the back of their mind, the front of their mind. Like you're always there. Your energy, your presence is always there. They're just very, very good at not saying anything to you because they're not ready yet. So many of them aren't ready. They want to have all their ducks in a row, and even when they have all their ducks in a row, they also want to then have a barn and have a car and have already paid like 6 months worth of bills for the barn before they even think about coming to you. Like, yeah. But they're starting to open up way more. They're starting to balance out more. They're starting to realize that their real selves can come out into the daylight. And they want to thank you. I'm hearing a lot of thank yous, a lot of sobbing. Like a lot of late night listening to music and like a tear falling down their face and wiping it off and being like, wow, that person, wow, they meant so much to me and I've done this. Them connecting with these other soul members is really helping them to appreciate you even more. It's helping them to appreciate the love and dedication that you've had for them for so long, because for so long they were so confused, and some of them still are, as to how a divine feminine like you could even still love them or still want them or still want to talk to them. And they're appreciating it. They're appreciating your patience and the openness that you showed and shared with them. Because it's like that teeter-totter effect where like they're swooping in, they're chasing after their prey, which is you. They get you, and you're a bit like, okay, you might just be like the rest, okay. Then the divine feminine is a bit guarded, and then she lets her guard down, and then suddenly you have that connection, and within a couple of weeks, seconds sometimes, it's like that. The mask goes back up, and then suddenly the DM is just drawing back, drawing back, drawing back. But they know that you've always loved them. They appreciate the way that you handled them, how you're still handling them energetically, spiritually. They understand that you, as a feminine, need your time to shine just for you. Just for you. They're upset that they could have potentially tarnished your shine. But them connecting with these new soul family members, and for some of these DMs, it's literally just one person that they don't even have like, and it's not like a deep conversation I'm hearing. It's just meeting someone. Because right now I'm seeing a DM that's just meeting a new janitor, like, and they're just talking, you know, random stuff. Oh, you know, Tuesdays I take the bin out, or, you know, I had a wife and kids, blah, blah, blah. It's like mediocre, generic talk, but that person's energy is helping them so much. Most of communication is done without the voice. And that soul family member is helping them to be more open, to appreciate more, and to understand what love really is and how much you have loved and supported them since day one. Even when you were afraid to show it, they see it and they feel it now. My throat chakra is like... Someone's definitely trying to talk. So we have hurt, pass through the pain. The DMs are, wow, that song, oh, what is that? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I had to take a break. I ran out of storage on my phone that I film on, and I've changed the setting to my master bedroom because our housekeeper is outside downstairs cleaning, and her husband's also here fixing the roof because we've had some rainwater coming through the roof a lot. So it's kind of annoying that when that happens, I remember in the old days when I first started last year, old days, that my camera would always cut off halfway through. But luckily now I have a laptop, thank you universe, and I can edit this, so it will be much more of a smoother transition. But I was just picking up the hurt card for the Divine Masculines, once again on messages on what they want you guys to know. And I just asked Nick, what is that song, because I keep hearing it every time I think about the DMs being hurt. And it's that song by Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk for a Minute? Girl, I want to know your name. And the messages I'm getting is the Divine Masculines, they know that you are a completely different version of yourself. Like, they know you have elevated so many levels since this separation. Since even when you first met, they saw you transition into a different person, and they know that by now you skyrocketed to like a whole different platform of knowing yourself, knowing what you want, knowing what you're going to accept, knowing how to deal with things, knowing how you heal your own wounds. And they're very intrigued by the idea of you. They're intrigued by what it is that you could actually be doing. But they're going through the motions. They're really feeling like a whole other cycle again of a whole other level of hurt. And it's not just the hurt that they feel about you, because they really feel the hurt that they put upon you. Like, they feel it. Trust me, they feel it. And then it hurts more because they realize they created so much of this themselves, and they're hurting themselves, and they're trying to not beat themselves up. But at the same time, they understand they did themselves wrong, which in conclusion did you wrong in certain ways. And I say in certain ways because obviously we had to go through a separation. We needed to really understand who the fuck we are. And sometimes the best way to learn is through pain. That's how you transform the most. But I'm saying that with a grain of salt, because the pain I wouldn't want to inflict on anyone. And the DMs are feeling that way. But they're also feeling hurt of how much they've hurt themselves their whole life, and why they got to the space of actually hurting someone they love like you. And they're having to readdress all of these old wounds that they literally just put a plaster over it. That rather than addressing the hurt from age 16, from age 5, all of this trauma they've gone through that they haven't even shared with the world, let alone themselves out loud, it's like they just put a massive band-aid over it and thinks, oh, okay, if I spend time making money and focusing on career and looking after my nan and my sister, like everything's good, like whatever, like water under the bridge. And really the whole time it's been so hard, like, because they've been faking so much of their happiness, like so much of their happiness all the time. Yeah. They really, 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 really are trying to navigate their way through this turmoil, because they're getting more open to feeling their feminine energy within them and feeling their emotions without the logical, rational mind coming in and trying to like compartmentalize it. So they're feeling it more raw than they ever have been before, and they're understanding only 10% of what you may have gone through as a result of how they did things with you. And that's killing them. I mean, fucking killing them inside. They think you deserve far better than them. They think you deserve the world, all the happiness you could muster. And they feel like they've already... It's like they feel like they've already hit the last plateau in their life cycle, and that they can't do any better than this, and they might as well just take it on the chin, feel these emotions, realize they fucked up something amazing. In their eyes, they fucked up something amazing, and just deal with it and get on with like a settling for not going after what they really want. And it's all about love. This whole thing is about love. They need to love themselves. They're realizing they've hurt themselves for so long, and no wonder why they've hurt so many people, including you. But it's not just you, it's also relationships they've had with other people. Some of their friends they haven't been able to let in as much, and then they end up regretting so many decisions. Like, I see a lot of regret. They regret not speaking up, not standing up for their own worth. They don't like the fact that they became so closed off so early on. Like, and more than just, oh, cliche matrix, masculine energy has to be this way. I mean, like, it was fully programmed into them at such a young age, but then also they chose to adhere to it, because when they got hurt when they were young, that's what you do. You close up and you protect yourself, and you just add layer after layer after layer after layer. And then it's so hard for anyone to try and penetrate that. And for a while, they really didn't like you. Like, for a while, they didn't like the idea of somebody actually seeing the real them, when they're like, this is the real me, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, they almost had like an attitude problem, like a complex about it, because most of you feminines would have seen the real them. You would have seen their real soul. You would have felt the real feelings of their real higher self. You would have seen past the bullshit, and that's what caused so many arguments and so much struggle, because you're like, I can see the real you. Why can't you? Why can't you just stay open? Why are you only open for like 10 minutes a day, or, you know, every few months if something really, really bad happens, and then suddenly you close up again like that because the mask is so strong. And they're feeling all that hurt and all that regret of some of the bad things that they thought about you and how they've seen you. Because now they're seeing you. Now they're seeing the real you. And I know it always happens this way, doesn't it? Like, someone has to like go through regret and all this hurt and realize, oh my gosh, I hurt that person so much. Wow, they were amazing. But yes, that's what's happening. That is what's happening. And the masculines, they've been hurt for so long, in so many ways, that it's just bottled up. Like, it's so bottled up. It's just like when you boil water in a pot and it starts to bubble over the sides. Because I'm seeing some DMs literally like rushing into a secret space, like when they're out with cousins or friends in a car and they're rushing inside being like, oh, I just need to grab something, I'm just going to go to the toilet. Like, saying it so casually, and then randomly, or not randomly, bursting out crying, and I mean fucking sobbing. And it's making them uncomfortable because they didn't realize they could have such overwhelming feelings. But it's just been like pushing at the surface for so long. It's of course going to come out, and unfortunately it's coming out in ways that make them uncomfortable, but at the same time that's the best way to transform. They want you to know they really understand in their own way that they fucking hurt you, and they hurt themselves. They hurt themselves originally, which then hurt you in turn, but then they hurt themselves even more because they know that they've hurt you. They are very aware of that fact now, feminines. Wow, my heart feels so heavy right now. And then we have justice. Truth prevails in the end. So no surprise here. The DMs, wow. You guys are definitely balancing out stuff. It always goes this way. The feminines do one thing and it balances out the DMs, and vice versa. And yeah, it's definitely coming into fruition now. They really want to be able to create the life that's good for them. And they're constantly thinking about how they can make life better for other people. And when it comes to you and like one or two other people that they're close with, they're really understanding that the way their energy has been has affected so much of your life. Because if I haven't said it before, I think I did say it already, most of communication is non-verbal. Like, energy is everything. Like, everything. And they just want to be able to put good energy out into the world and receive good energy. They know they have to go through all this hurt and this cycle of really seeing, and I mean really seeing, what's happening and what's happened and why they are the way they are now and why they have been this way and why they thought they were helping themselves by protecting themselves and really they were just hurting themselves, and how sometimes you can just put yourself out there and things don't necessarily go the way you would like, but you have to still stay open and not become bitter or become cold. They really want you feminines to shine like the star you are. They think, and then, sorry, they know that you have to still love yourself more. And us feminines have done so much work and we've gotten to such a good, well-balanced place. And we've become detached in a healthy way, and we've been focusing more on ourselves and putting more of our pentacles in order and not worrying about, oh, what if this person shows up when I'm doing this, or blah, 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 because we went through all of that already. But the DMs, they see you as this guiding light, and they don't think that there's been enough time or space yet between you. They think you need more time so that you can shine more. And they definitely need more time. Like, 100%, they need more time. Like, it just is what it is at this point. They need more time. The last thing they want to do is come to you after only being good for a well balanced for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but still haven't cleared out some of the heavy blocks, and then you guys get back together and they burst all up in your face within a couple of days, or have the triggers come back and resurface because they're not completely cleared out yet. They don't want that to happen. They also don't really see how you as a feminine could possibly want them back. They're still, oh, I got a headache now. It's like their ego is just in constant battle. Like, they know they have to feel these feelings, but they don't want to. It's overwhelming. They can't deal with it. They don't understand how feminine energies can just like articulate their feelings all the time and deal with all of these energies all at once. It's like a cliche thing. Oh yeah, it is a cliche thing. Me and Nick were talking about this the other day. Because we watched this YouTuber called Aaron Williams. Do you remember? Oh, he's got his headphones in. Okay, don't worry. It's this YouTuber called Aaron Williams, and basically it's like a cliche story where she has 2 girls and she's got a third one on the way because she's pregnant, and she does 500 things a day, like a typical woman, like all of us. We do like 500 things a day. Like, we wake up, we brush our teeth, we get washed and dressed, we do our hair. If we wear makeup, we wear makeup. We smell nice. We put cute little outfits together. We cook, we clean 500 times a day. We make the bed, we do the laundry. We go out, do so many different errands, still do our work, and then still try and find time for friends. And then if we have a partner or a close friend, we still then entertain them. Like, we do so many different things a day, and still look after children, and still wipe their asses, and still feed them, and still give them so much love and affection, and still have time for that special person after. And she's like that. On top of that, she obviously vlogs and edits like almost every day. And there was this vlog where they went to Disneyland and she wanted to go off with a girlfriend for like half an hour just to have a break. So her husband, Nick, he looked after the two girls for half an hour, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, because he's normally working a 9-to-5 job, which isn't really 9 to 5, but it's really like 8 till 8 every night, because he's working overtime, and now he's got his own business, so he's working even more overtime on the overtime, and basically only comes home and has dinner with her and then puts the kids to bed. So he looks after the kids for half an hour. And he's dying. I mean, dying. And when she comes back, he's literally like, oh my gosh, I don't understand how you can do this every single day. Like, it's only been 30 minutes and I can't take it. I can't take it. This is too much. This is too overwhelming. 2 of them, I can't. Like, I salute you. You do so much for me every day and I don't even realize. And then she like, you know, is smiling and she's like, oh, well, yeah, now maybe you'll appreciate me more and you'll understand like all the effort that I put in. And it's like that cliche thing. Literally that, the masculine and the feminine, like we have similar and we have the same things inside us, but like they are in such different spectrums, on such a different scale. Like the feminine's emotional energy will be like this, but then the masculine's will be like this, or the awareness of the feminines is like this, and then the awareness of the masculines is like this. It's like, yeah, they can't understand how you are the way you are, and you still are so amazing and inspiring to them, because they see you as this light shining for them in the darkness. And they're aware that they have to shine their own light. But they don't want to be the reason you stop smiling again. So they're saying that they really want you to continue to focus and refocus, because they know and have felt some of you feminines have lost your focus, because some of the feminines have gotten into a space where it's like, okay, I'm doing this and this and this every single day for myself. Okay, I feel good. And then after a couple of weeks, then you're like, okay, well, like, where's my knight in shining armor? Like, where's this? Where's that? Why is it not come in yet? And because you guys have gone through so much as feminines, your patience is very, very thin, because you've been so patient for so fucking long. And you're just like, where is it then? Like, where is this? Where's the abundance? Where's the prosperity? Where's the, you know, security? Where is this person? I'm doing good. I'm not thinking about them every day. Why are they not here? But they feel you. And I know you feminines have been hearing your DMs more. I know you guys have been hearing songs. I know you've been seeing doppelgangers again. I know you've been walking past people and they don't look anything like your DM. But the energy you feel, it's just like a wave, like literally like a gush of wind that just comes over you. And you're just like, and you're suddenly back there in that moment with them from ages ago for a couple of seconds. And then it just goes. And you're like, what the fuck? You guys are always feeding on each other. You guys are always balancing each other out energetically, spiritually. Always. But they think that the fairest thing for them to do is to give you more time and space to shine like you really, really need to for yourself. Because they know that there's a huge chance that if they came back and you still weren't fully, and I mean fully in your element, like maybe some of you feminines feel like you are, but maybe you're only like 60-70%. Maybe there's still things that you want to do, still things you want to work out, still things that you should do for your soul's mission or your life purpose, and you know that it wouldn't work if you were giving 24/7 to somebody else. And that's the hardest thing, because you want that somebody else. But sometimes missions don't require more than one person. And they feel like the fairest thing for them to do is still give you some of that space and time so that you can do that. And don't get me wrong, some of these divine masculines like I saw in my reading I did in Barcelona, which I don't think I ended up uploading, but some of them have been writing letters to practice what they would say to you if they could actually, you know, get the courage and confidence within themselves to do so. And they are contemplating whether or not they should just reach out or just say hi or just send you love, or if it's your birthday coming up, say happy birthday and then see how you react. Some of them are definitely following you heavily on social media. But even with them thinking that they might reach out and try and come back in just to say a quick hi or to meet up with you for the first time in ages, they're still very cautious and very, very aware that you need to have more space to shine. You can't go back into the same situation that you were in before. You can't spend all of your time and effort and energy thinking about that person and worrying about that person and doing stuff only for that person and doing very little for yourself. They really want you to have a much better balance for yourself, so that if they do come in now or later, you're still spending a large amount of time just for you, like just for you. They don't want to come back and be a hindrance to you, because they're understanding how much of a hindrance they were to you before. Wow. DMs are going through the big transformation again, just like the feminines. Woo! I love that tiger's eye. That tiger's eye is everything. It's such a strong, powerful symbol. Wow. Wow, that's overwhelming. Okay. Divine masculines. Wow. Just like the divine feminines, we always do the same things, just in different ways, different spectrums. Like, it just makes me laugh now after going through this journey, this transformation, like 500 transformations. It makes me laugh because we are the same, but at the same time totally different. Like, and that's why people say women are from, what is it, women are from Mars? Or is it men are from Mars, women are from Venus? I can't even think straight right now. There's so many people talking in my head. The DMs, just like the divine feminines, they've been heavily, heavily trying to orchestrate a new way of living. Now, the feminines have been more going full throttle, but very cautious, a bit worried, hoping that as soon as they put themselves out there one time, ships come in, and then they realize they have to do 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. The divine masculines, they do it in such a cautious way because they're so overly logical. The rationale kicks in and they're thinking, I need to do something secretively on the side, and people don't need to know until I get results. And am I really going to do this? And can I really change? And can I really work for myself? Can I really do what I want to do rather than being told what to do? Because they're getting so uncomfortable that they can no longer just settle for an ordinary life anymore. They're like, both of us, like the feminines, the masculines, we can't just settle for an ordinary life anymore. It's not part of our mission. It's not the way that we're going to shine the most. So the masculines are going through a big change. And alongside the justice card, which is what I was saying, it's like you're their shining light. Because they're learning so many more lessons from you feminines now than they ever have before, they're treating you as if you're almost like a savior, almost like their knight in shining armor. It's like they're understanding that they always needed your love, and that they always needed love in general, and that because they denied the type of love, or the real deep love that they've always craved, they're now finally receiving it from you. And it's a very different thing, because yes, okay, some of them have received love from their mum or their dad. What was that sound? I think a coconut just fell outside, sorry. Some of them have received love. Oh, that's you. That's a weird sound. Some of them have received love from their mum or dad, but even then they've just mentally accepted it because that's what society tells you. Like, love your mum and dad. They love you. No matter how many times they fuck you up or do horrible things to you, they love you, they love you. And a lot of the DMs have had hatred towards typically one of their parents more than the other. A lot of them have parents that have walked out on them since they were children, and they haven't fully grasped or understood how to deal with that pain just yet. And because of that, they've held themselves back for so long. And even though they started to physically put themselves out there, which is how you guys met in the first place, they found it so hard to fully give themselves and to fully immerse themselves into the experience. And now they're learning so much from you. And it's like you're their own personal angel. Literally, they see you as that. And I think I said that earlier, or it could have been in the reading that I did yesterday when the phone cut off. But they see you as their own personal angel. And they're really being pushed now to do exactly what they really need to do. And they're starting to understand that they've always been protected. They've always been guided, that the universe really does have their back. It's just sometimes comes out in ways that their ego doesn't agree with. And they're also understanding that you've always protected them. Like, from way before you met, you've always protected them. You have always protected them. They understand that the reasons why some of the misunderstandings and miscommunications happened is because you were coming from a deeper understanding of what was going on, and they were coming from a more ego-based understanding of what was going on, and vice versa, because the feminines have gone through their struggles too, and the divine masculines had to really show us what the fuck we were fucking with. Like, there have been so many times divine feminines have just come out of fear, because that's what's given into us in a different way. And then the divine masculines had to show us, like, no, you can do this. And they've helped elevate us. But now they're feeling much more elevated and protected by the universe. And they're really trying to integrate this new information, these downloads that are coming in, because they don't want to settle anymore in any way, like in any part of their life. They don't want to settle anymore. It's becoming so physically uncomfortable for them. They're finding this whole life experience like a drag, especially after going through this experience with you, especially given the fact that they're still thinking about you all the fucking time, and they're wondering, like, how is this possible? Why can't I get this person out of my head? Why can't I get this feminine out of my head? But they're starting to get into a better space once they go through this cycle, feel this hurt, feel these feelings, balancing themselves out, actually loving their inner child more, and healing these really deep wounds that they've just put a band-aid over for so long. They're getting to a space where they're realizing they can actually do different things, and they are protected, and they are guided by the universe and by you, because the more the feminine elevates, the more the masculine can elevate, because it's always the feminines that go first. We birth these people. Come on, like, it's us that has to go first. And the divine masculines, they want to remind you that you really are amazing. You really are amazing. They think you're amazing. They hate so much of what has already happened, and they know they can't do what has already been done. But they think you're amazing, and they're also very scared and very shy and very overwhelmed and confused by this whole experience. And they feel like, a lot of them feel like the best way to go about this is to protect themselves, and most importantly, protect you. They don't want to give you any more of their toxicity, just like I know you don't want to give them yours. but they are definitely stepping forward more in changing their career and changing what they do on a day-to-day basis, because they know they can actually achieve more now, and they're getting subtle cues and hints, like seeing videos pop up on law of attraction, or how to create your own business at home, or how to become a photographer. Is it too late to do this? No, it's never too late. They're seeing loads of different things. So the universe, the angels, you're pushing them. They're seeing all these things popping up all the time, and they're seeing the same like thumbnail, the same video again and again and again until they click on it. Like, they are seeing so much of this. Love this card. Determination. Okay, so I'm hearing a mixture of songs in my head. So I'm seeing the Can We Talk song again, because some of the DMs, they're very determined to actually physically come forth to you. Oh, whoa, that was strong. Okay, so, okay, it's really hot now. Some of these DMs, they are very determined to talk to you physically. And I say that with a grain of salt, because for a lot of them, they think, well, I guess technically it is physical. They're talking to you more telepathically. They're understanding, not necessarily that they're comprehending that telepathy is a real thing, because for some of them, they probably will never admit that, even if they feel that way inside. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of DMs winking. I think I just winked, right? Okay. It's like one of those things where you'll experience something with someone and it's overwhelmingly like amazing that your ego can't comprehend it, and rather than agreeing that it happened, you're just like you know, like, let's just keep that between us kind of thing. But they're realizing, even without them agreeing that telepathy is real, they're realizing that when they talk to you out loud, when they talk to your spirit, your soul, your essence, when they talk to you out loud, when they sing songs for you, when they think about you and think what you could have been or what you could be, they understand that it changes the energy. They understand it changes the energy. And that creates a ripple effect, which affects so many other things, including you, of course. But the other song I was hearing was Successful by Trey Songz and Drake, and the whole premise of it is, I just want to be successful. Like, yes, I want the money, the cars, the clothes, blah blah blah, but that they just want to prove to themselves that they can be successful in their own way. And they're getting to that space of like undenying determination, and it's in a much healthier way. It's in a much healthier way because it's for their real happiness, rather than just for the ego-based, oh, I need to have a car and I need to pay my mortgage, and, you know, I should always have this amount, you know, X amount left in the bank every month. Like, it's way more than that. It's the successfulness of what their heart really, really fucking wants. And they're so determined. They're getting into that space of, like, sheer determination where nothing is going to stop them. And if they can prove to themselves that they can be successful in a way that actually makes their soul happy, rather than their ego. One, they're wishing that you do the same for yourself. And I mean, like, not just wishing, like, they're fucking praying. Because as I said before, they really hope that they haven't dimmed your shine forever. They really hope that you as a feminine are shining your light brighter than ever before now. And that one day, maybe they'll get a glimpse of it if they're lucky. They are definitely taking major steps forward in, like, career world, but also with certain toxic situations with friends and colleagues. I'm seeing some of them are very they're not reliant. Some of them have mums that are very reliant on their help, and even though they love their mum, it takes too much energy, it exerts too much from them. So they're starting to take a step back and really make a stance like really make them, their new selves, know, like, hey, I love you, but I need to do this for myself. I can't do all of these things for you every week. It takes too much from me. They're also really determined to make a better balance for themselves. They're starting to do things that they wouldn't normally do. Some of them are definitely getting into more creative pursuits. I'm seeing darts for some reason, like playing darts. Yeah. Connecting with different people that they wouldn't normally surround themselves around, but it helps to get them into a meditative state that helps balance out their own energies every day. So then they're way more focused and way more clear on different ways to articulate themselves in business, in communication. Their communication is getting so much better for themselves, and certain people around them are starting to see that, and they're seeing their responses to that. So they know that they're growing and evolving a lot more, and they're hoping that you feminines can actually hear their communication, and that they're not just like wasting their breath. But they're also hoping, wow, that kind of makes me sad. I just had a DM say, if I ever get the chance to meet someone even half as amazing as you again, I just hope I can actually communicate with them in a way that we both understand and our feelings don't get hurt with the same old shit. Because I don't want to go through that shit again. And I don't want to put anyone else through that shit. And I really want that person to be you. But I just don't necessarily see how I can go about making that happen. But I am going to try. Because I don't want to die miserable or alone. I don't want to live a lie anymore. I don't want you to live a lie anymore. I just want you to be happy. I want you to be fucking happy because you deserve it. You deserve the world. You've given me so much and I am so grateful, and I can't understand why someone would give me so much. But I really fucking appreciate it, and I know I didn't show it at the time, but I really do now. Every day I'm appreciating you more and more and more and more and more, and you still show me love. Even through your silence, you show me love. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I hear you talk to me all the time. And I love you so much. I'm so sorry for everything. I'm so determined to make myself a better person. I don't want to hurt like this anymore. Oh, my third eye is hurting. Okay, so I hope whichever feminine that was for, you heard that message. Okay, let's move on. So I have some clarification cards to go alongside these cards, and only 3 came out. And the clarification card on the soul group, for the soul group card for the DM that's stepping more into their mission by actually connecting with their soul family members who are helping them to elevate more and to feel these feelings and to go through this transformation alongside you beautiful feminines. We have children, which I love this card so much. Wow, I needed this card. I love this card so much. So yeah, of course, it says your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. But what I'm actually getting is, I mean, come on, the DMs are once again addressing their inner child, realizing their inner child has been screaming at them for so long, just like us feminines, just to get out, just to actually like be seen, be heard, be loved, be cherished, not shut away, not having all of these baggages and all these locks and keys and hidden secretive books full of all this horrible information. Like, the inner child is what is coming through all of us, because I know us feminines, our inner child is fully emerging, like more than ever, because our inner child is like, I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I should be on stage, I should be the one that's doing these things. Because we've suppressed our inner child for so long, because you become an adult and then you have to do all these things and you forget about your inner child and you're just like, oh, okay, this is the mundane adult life. Wow, this is shit. And the divine masculines are really starting to love their inner child more. It's okay.
Sorry.
Did it fall out? The headset?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Oh, you're so cute. Do you want to say hi? You don't want to say hi? See, even my masculine is shy, but you can still see his face right there.
I know it.
He's in the zone editing our vlogs right now. Where was I? So the inner child. That made me laugh. That was so cute. Anyways, so the inner child. Okay. Okay, so the reason the DMs, another reason, sorry, that the DMs are connecting with their soul family members and connecting with you more than they ever have before is because it's helping them to actually bring their inner child out of the darkness into the light. It's much harder for them because they've been so programmed, indoctrinated into this matrix to act a certain way at all times. And as you guys know, children are completely open. They're vulnerable to all different types of feelings and emotions. And that's what's terrified masculines for so long. But they're starting to actually do more stuff for them that helps them to just like have cheeky fun, like actually smile, like a genuine smile. That doesn't feel like it's something that they're doing just to combat all this stress. They're actually having fun conversations. I do see some of them doing what I do, which is literally just dancing around their living room like a crazy person for like half an hour straight, which is the best thing ever. And I know my masculine has been dancing like mad recently. He's obsessed with Michael Jackson, and he basically is like a second Michael Jackson. Like, it's astonishingly amazing. But we've both been on both sides, the feminines and masculines, we've both been doing stuff to really give more love to our inner child every day. And the DMs meeting these other soul family members and learning so much from you now is helping them to bring that child out, so that child is actually seen and heard and loved. And when they go around children and see children, it does help them bring it out. It does help them bring it out a lot more, because they're just like, wow, they just want to have fun, man. Like, I remember that life. And then they realize they can do that for themselves. So it really is helping them. Children really is a deep healing tool. Like, they're amazing how much they can heal anyone. And the DMs are much more open now, and they're realizing why they had all these issues, why they've always shut down their communication with you. And then a clarification for the heart card is yoga, which is actually quite synchronistic because I've been getting that myself, that I should start doing yoga again like I used to. Yoga is definitely going to help this change. Clear as day. Okay. So the DMs want you to know that they're starting to, it's not just yoga, which yoga is definitely one of the biggest ones, but it's also other forms of exercise that they haven't done before. I'm definitely seeing like Kung Fu martial arts, capoeira. Some of them, it's a meditative sport, like I said, like darts, but I'm also seeing golf and basketball as well. Football always brings out their inner child, but it also, because they grew up, a lot of them grew up playing football. And when I say football, I'm really talking about the British twin flames here. Like, I'm not talking American football. I guess, what do you guys call it? Soccer? Yeah, that sounds so weird. I'm talking about real football. Not American football, but a lot of the DMs, they used to have their inner child come out all the time when they were playing football growing up. But then the ego gets involved so heavily because football is such a ego-based sport. And it's so ridiculous with the politics and the teams and the competitions and the fights that break out because of it at pubs and, you know, the whole drama. Like, feminines have like gossip magazines and like Instagram drama and shit like that, or the Kardashians and all that nonsense. But then like the DMs, like they have freaking sports, like politics, like that's their version of gossip. Like that is their version of gossip. And football used to help them a lot, but the ego started to get so escalated during those times that it turned into like, yeah, like all of that Bravo macho crap, like the stuff that feminines would just like laugh at, like, you guys are fucking ridiculous. Even thinking about it now is ridiculous. But they're doing other sports that are more free to be just fun. Basketball does have some ego in it, yes, of course, as well. But when it comes to just playing with friends, I'm seeing more friendly matches and doing these certain tools of exercise, but especially more meditative ones like yoga and golf and darts. They're able to be more clear. The downloads are coming in more. They're hearing a lot more. They're hearing you as a feminine a lot more. They're literally reliving situations that you've gone through when you've explained your feelings to them, and they've gotten in a bad state because they got triggered and got pissed off and couldn't understand how you could still want to be with them or how you could still love them. But you say that they've hurt you in all of these ways, and they didn't understand how they were hurting you by not being good with communication, or not really listening to you, or saying that they're going to show up at 6 o'clock and then strolling in at 10 o'clock with no explanation and just being like, well, you know, I got busy. Like, they're now hearing all of those things. They're reliving them scene by scene, like they're watching their own personal show of you and them. And those downloads are coming in so much stronger when they're doing this exercise. It's a great thing. To go alongside protection with them wanting to change. Yes, of course, changing their career. Big things are on the horizon for all twin flames. Wow. I love when you do readings and then like the next reading you do is just in the same alignment as the first reading, because this is very similar to the collective reading I did 2 days ago. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you deserve and desire. Wow, wow. That looks like Archangel Michael on the top to me. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys are getting that. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So alongside all the downloads they're getting of you and reliving these situations so they can really understand them properly this time and learn from them, they're also getting more clearer insights on what exactly they need to do in this physical realm in order to orchestrate and manifest the changes that they actually want to happen in their life with certain situations with family members and friends, especially letting go of some really, really fake toxic colleagues that they used to spend loads of their time with, and now they're not exerting that energy anymore. But they're also getting more insights. Because as I said, they're seeing loads of thumbnails and pictures and stuff popping up every day of, how to create this business or how to pursue photography at age 40 or whatever it is that their soul's calling out for. It's easier for them to click on it because they're getting clearer insight on, do you know what? Let me not let my ego dictate not watching this thing or not reading this thing. Let me just do it. Let me just do it and see what happens in it. If I waste 20 minutes of my time, I waste 20 minutes of my time. And then they're realizing, wow, this actually really fucking helped. And it's more of a quiet acceptance. You read something and it resonates, but you don't even articulate it out loud because, once again, that ego battle of but I've been living a certain way my whole life and I've been told that I have to live this certain way and I have to act like this because that's what my my energy permits me to do. And it's they're getting more insights on that they can be completely authentically themselves 24/7. And if they're not comfortable doing that around certain people, then they don't need to be around those certain people. They really want to change. They're realizing that they don't have to satisfy other people's opinions of them anymore. And it's really just all here. It's all here. It's all about them. And for some of them, they have been watching you on social media for a long ass time. Quietly, hidden in the shadows. And they've seen you go for a big ass transformation, and so at some points they didn't even recognize who you were because your energy changed so much. But they're also aware that you've been pursuing more of what you want to do, and it just makes them so happy. Yeah. Now for the emotional sides of things. Okay. So I guess I'll start with this one first because this is the one I was just talking about, the protection, the career change, and to go alongside that, another clarification is wary. So the DMs are very, very wary of what is going on. They're very shy and almost scared to completely give themselves to this new product of really doing exactly what they want. But they're also very wary of the fact that they don't want to wake up in 20, 30 years' time, be retired, and look back on their life and be like, wow, what a waste that was. I guess I had one or two good times. No one wants that. They're very cautious of this. And it's hard because they don't want to end up a certain way. But at the same time, they're struggling to put forth how much energy they should give to creating a new life for themselves. Because they're also very aware that normally when you create a new life, most things that you were used to fall away. And you don't see the same people that you used to, and you don't spend your time doing the same things that you used to. And it can be an adjustment, and sometimes it can be lonely when you start a whole new life, because you then have to continue working on your craft and wait and be open to receive new things coming in, new people, new cycles, new information, new lessons. And sometimes it can get lonely. But they already feel so lonely within themselves, and they have done for such a long time, that they're trying to get to that space of, I just need to fucking do this. And the feminists have been doing that in their own way as well, because so many feminists have gone through the cycle of doing a few different new things and changing different things and taking courses and going traveling and going on holiday, and it's been amazing. And then after, a couple of weeks in a lot of cases, you realize, oh wait, this is great, but I don't want to do, like, shouldn't just take up all my time. Like, I still need to do more for myself. I still need to do like another course, or I still need to add on another project to do, or I actually do want to do yoga and teach yoga a couple times a week, but I also want to help out at a dentist office because I'm fascinated by dentistry. And at the same time, you know what, I actually want to go to a dance class, and sometimes the choreographer works with me and does private sessions, and then I do, like, yeah, I'm going on and on and on, but I'm sure you can understand my point. Emotion that's helping the DMs go through this justice and understand what's fair, what's not fair, what they've always sought after, how you feel, what you deserve, is love. And I think that's incredible. I think that is fucking incredible. They're realizing how love has really touched their lives and what it's done to them and what it's done for them. And they're understanding that they have to do way more things each day to actually show love towards themselves. And the things they've been convincing them of themselves that show them love, like making money, going to work on time, and going to the gym, that's not necessarily showing themselves love in the way that they actually really, really need it. So they're really understanding that, and that's what's helping them go through this transformation. And to go alongside, of course, the hurt card and the yoga, we have negativity. They're helping themselves right now, and you're helping them a lot. Because they understand that they can't think all these negative thoughts anymore, because it doesn't do them justice, and it doesn't help their own energy. It doesn't help the energy around them, because, as I said, they're becoming much more sensitive towards energy, and the kind of energy they emit is what they get back and what surrounds them. And they're understanding that in order to be in a positive energy, they have to create that positive change themselves. I'm hearing Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. Yeah. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And they are really going there. They really are. And so it is. Wow, okay, that was quite intense. Even, like, wow, okay, awesome. Wow, I feel quite exhausted. I'm going to have to clear out these energies. There's a lot of DMs coming through to me right now. I'm going to try and meditate with spirit and just get them a bit clearer. And if I have any definitive messages from a certain DM for a specific Divine Feminine, then I will either write it on the YouTube, is it a community tab or something like that? Or I'll probably actually post it. Now I'm thinking about, I'll probably post it on my Instagram. So follow my Instagram, SoulStar Divine Feminine. I do pull cards on there on a regular basis, as well as provide loads of amazing inspirational videos, pictures, crystal healing, loads and loads of things that Spirit wants me to help you guys with. And of course, as I said, my DM's in the back, and he's been editing our vlogs. We launched our channel, pre-launched our channel a while ago, but we're actually editing our first vlogs now. So by the time you see this video, there should be our first full vlog up, or first full video up. That's not just a cheesy montage of us. And of course, if you guys want to follow any of my other YouTube channels, you can. All the links will be in the description. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Don't forget that you are a star, and you should shine bright like the star you are. You can create the life you want, and you can achieve anything in your life. And after going through all of this pain that I know you've gone through, and that some of you are still suffering through and still transforming through, you will see a better day. The sun will come out tomorrow. The sun is shining right now. You just have to literally get yourself up and pull the clouds apart. Do everything you want to do in your power to make yourself feel good, just for you and you alone. First and foremost, you are the most important person to your life. And the last thing I want to say is to never, ever give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. I know there are going to be times in life where you suppress so many of your creative or Sorry, I just got really emotional. I know there's going to be so many times in life when you suppress your creative and mental and articulate ideas, and you'll try and deny them because you're going through pain and you have to deal with that pain, and that's the only thing that consumes you at the time. But eventually you'll get to a space where you do have more room mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, to actually start focusing on all of those things that actually innately make you happy, because you have to make yourself happy. And I love you guys so much. And if any of you want any private readings, Reiki, distant Reiki sessions, crystal healing, and all of the above, inner child trauma, or consultations from either me or my DM, then the links to that will be either across the screen or down in the description below. I am really struggling to speak right now because these DMs are struggling to speak. Okay. With that said, Suk Samua, Terima kasih, Ashe, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'm sending you so much love and light and abundance and prosperity. And remember, happiness is your birthright. Love you. Mwah. Bye.